Hello race fans and welcome back to another video. Today we will be going over some of the ways that the point system will be working for the Season 2 season of the Yahoo Cup Series. So I won't hold you any longer and I'll just start talking about the rules. We start off here with how each position, how many points they will be getting. So first place will now be getting 40 points, and then second place gets 35, third place gets 33, fourth gets 32, fifth gets 31, sixth gets 30, and so on from there all the way to last place gets 1 point. So now first place gets 40 points instead of what I think used to be either like 35 or 30 points for a win, because at the start of the season, the field size was a lot smaller. Now, at the start of this season, there's already going to be like 30 plus cars, and by the end of the season, there'll be like 35, 36 cars running per race. So, with that, we move on to how the final race of the season will work, which last season it was just whoever had accumulated the most points from race 1 to race 10 was the champion. However, for this season, there will be a final four, but the final four is determined on the top four in points at the end of race 9. So whoever have the four most points at the end of race 9 will be the final four, and whoever has the best finishing position of those four drivers at the end of that final race will be crowned the champion of season 2. Now, to add a little bit of incentive to be gaining as many spots and holding positions as hard as you can throughout the entire race, is halfway through the race, the top 5 at the exact end of the lap will be awarded bonus points. So just like the way stages work in a real-life NASCAR race, the top 5 will be awarded points. First place gets 5, second gets 4, third gets 3, and then fourth place gets 2, fifth place gets 1 point. And there will be no caution for this. They will just keep racing past it, because that would draw out the race, and got to keep things moving. We'd like to see some green flag racing. And this is at the halfway point of every race. So, for example, Daytona will be returning, obviously, for the Daytona 500. That will be a 10-lap race. At the end of lap 5, the top 5 at that moment will be awarded the points, no matter what. And to add a little bit of bonus, if a driver leads a lap in a race, they get 3 bonus points. It only has to be 1 lap. They will get 3 points just for leading a lap. And they could maybe even just pass them for that 1 second and immediately fall back. It doesn't matter. They let a lap, they get 3 points. And just like last season as well, the starting lineup will be identical to how it was in real life. So I think for Daytona this year, Alex Bowman had the pole. He will be starting first for the Daytona 500. And whoever had the pole for the very race that I am quote-unquote replicating in a way, but just for the starting lineup, will be on the pole, and the whole field will be identical. So now we get into something that is more fan-based. So I actually, funny enough, just ordered it today as I'm making the video, but this is coming out like way after I'm making the video. But the 29 car that Harvick ran at North Wilkesboro this season will be racing at every single race this year, every single points paying race. We'll get into that later. Every single points paying race, and whoever is the first commenter on each race that was prior to the race it will be in will be driving that car. So some of you may be wondering how that works for the points. It will be like how it is in the owner standings, where it's the car number. The 29 car will be racing as its own points, and will be racing for a championship. So you fans who are watching this video and will be watching the stop motions can possibly win a championship, or maybe even win a race, because at the restricted plates, anyone can win. So like I said, because I'm going through the Google Doc I made, the 29 car itself will be racing for points as a car, not a specific person. now I'm going to reveal the schedule for the season 2 Yahoo Cup Series season, starting with the Busch Clash at the Coliseum. This will be on September 17th and will be a 12 lap exhibition race, no points. And this will be a month before the actual season starts, just to get back into the swing of things, making stop motion videos. The top 16 in points from the previous season, excluding Kurt Busch, since he has retired. So it's really 15 cars will be competing, and I will be revealing these competitors. It is Kyle Larson, your Cup Series or Yahoo Cup Series champion, followed by William Byron, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, and Eric Jones will be the Clash competitors at the Coliseum. This will be a 12-lap event. No points are awarded, so the halfway thing doesn't matter because you won't be getting any points for this race. And it's just a fun little thing, which you'll see the problem that a lot of people had. I have gotten plenty of comments of two things, actually. One being the cars going backwards, yes, which, yes, I know they're going backwards. I will have that fixed. They'll be making left turns now, so don't worry. And the walls are no longer cars. And I think I showed it in one of my unboxing videos what it looks like. So you'll see it for the first time at the Clash. And maybe some extra stuff that I feel like doing, I don't know. And a side note, which has nothing to do with the schedule, I just remember this now, is that Noah Gragson will not be piloting the 42 car for my Season 2 series for obvious reasons that a lot of you may know. Not a decision I wanted to make, but I feel like it would be the best for controversial reasons. But Josh Berry will be running all the ovals for the 42 car, and Mike Rockenfeller will be racing the 2 road courses on the schedule. So with that, we'll get into the rest of the schedule. We started the Clash September 17th. Then a month later, on October 15th, a 10-lap event at Daytona, the Daytona 500, will be ran with points being awarded on lap 5, that's being the halfway point. Then after Daytona, we go to Worldwide Technology, better known as Gateway, for a 9-lap race, which is similar to, I think, New Hampshire was 9 laps. So it's kind of the replacement for New Hampshire, because New Hampshire will not be returning. By the way, 5 tracks from last season will be returning. I feel like it's pretty obvious for you to be able to tell which ones, but you'll see in the schedule. And 5 aren't. Gateway is like the replacement for New Hampshire. 9-lap event, points being awarded on lap 4 on November 5th. Then in the same month, November 26th, will be paved, just to specify, paved Bristol, not dirt Bristol, paved Bristol, for a 12-lap race, same length as the Coliseum, with points being awarded on lap 6. And by the way, again, there's a 3-week gap between each of these races, other than the Clash and a race later on. You'll see why. Three weeks in between each race. Then on December 17th, we go to our first road course at the Charlotte Roval for an 8-lap event with points being awarded on lap 4. Then the following week, we are staying in Charlotte for the Coke 600. 10-lap race on January 7th, points being awarded on lap 5. Then after that, we go to our final restrictor plate, or second restrictor plate, because a recurring pattern is that there's 2 of each race. There's 2 restrictor plates, 2 road courses, 2 short tracks, 2 mile-and-a-halfs, and then 2 miscellaneous tracks like Gateway or New Hampshire. And our second restrictor plate is Talladega instead of Atlanta, because for 2 reasons. 1, Talladega is more popular, and 2, Atlanta was the worst performing race of the season to get into logistics, which kind of sucks because I feel like that was the best race, in my opinion, that I did except the finish was a little sloppy. But so I would change that up a bit. But anyways, besides the point. Talladega, an 8-lap event on February 4th for 8 laps. I think I said that. Points being awarded on lap 4. Then after that, we do the Southern 500 again at Darlington for 10 laps. Points awarded on lap 5 on February 25th. Then after that, we go to the second road course of Long Beach. Instead of Chicago, I will be doing Long Beach for what a lot of people requested they do in real life. I'll be doing in my season because that's what I want them to do as well. For 8 laps, points awarded on lap 4 on March 17th. Then for the penultimate race of the season, we will be going to Martinsville for 12 laps. We will be returning to Martinsville for 12 laps, points awarded on lap 6 on April 7th. And then the season finale at Homestead, Miami on April 28th for 10 laps. Points will be awarded to the drivers on lap 5. So the 5 tracks returning are Daytona, Charlotte, Darlington, Martinsville, Miami. And then the 5 new tracks are Gateway, Bristol, the Roval, Talladega, and Long Beach. So as you can see, the 2 restrictor plate races are Daytona, Talladega. The 2 mile-and-a-halfs are Charlotte, Miami. Those stayed the same because I thought those are the great races in real life and they're just good tracks to have. The 2 short tracks are Bristol and Martinsville. The 2 road courses are Roval, or the Charlotte Roval and Long Beach. And the 2 miscellaneous tracks are Gateway and Darlington. However, after the season is concluded, 1 month later, just like the 1 week gap between the Clash and Daytona, there's a week gap between Miami and what will be the All-Star race. And I have planned to be the top 20 points. The top 20 drivers in the point standings of this season are going to partake in the All-Star race. But other than that, I haven't decided what track it will be. And obviously, with that, no laps or anything, I haven't decided that yet. But with that, that is how the point system will work for Season 2. Getting first will be a lot more important than it was in Season 1. And just running well the whole race will give you some extra points. And that's the schedule as well. I feel pretty good about the schedule. Got some diverse tracks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you all are excited for Season 2, because other than my unboxing videos that will probably still be coming out every once in a while, this will be the last main video until Season 2 begins. So until then, stay hyped, subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you know when Season 2 begins. With that, see you all in the next video. Bye.